Most commercial leases, not all of them, have got allowances for increases in rent per year, whether they be tied in with the current inflation rate at the time or a fixed rate, sometimes a combination of both, depending on whether it's a retail, commercial, industrial type lease. There's also an allowance when you review a rental, you go to market rate. Now, the question is, when the time comes, do you increase the rent according to the contract? Unfortunately, some landlords, doesn't matter what the economy is doing very well or badly, don't bother or don't think about increasing rents. I think, well, I'll increase the rent, they won't stay long. Maybe that's the case. But as time goes on, don't increase rent over 3, 4, 5 years, 4% a year, whatever it may be the increase you agreed on, you get behind the 8 ball. When it's a surge in rents, you're left behind. And obviously the capital value of your property decreases as well too, because you're not getting the return. Now, there are different types. Economy goes up and down all the time. It stays stagnant. Generally, I found the best policy, economy is tracking along pretty well. Justify your rights under the lease, increase the rents. You can't do anything about it if the economy goes boom. You're restricted to those increases. On the other hand, if the economy is not going so well, you may have a few vacancies. You may have trouble getting tenants or at the same rate you're getting a year or 2 or 3 years beforehand. What do? You've got bills to pay, like the tenants have got bills to pay. They run businesses, they've got expenses, etc. It's a very interesting situation to be in. It may be worthwhile not increasing the rents as much as you're allowed to under the lease, especially when it's getting towards the end of the lease, especially if the current tenant is nearing the end of the lease. If they're within 1 or 2 years of getting a new place, they start shopping around. They look around. What are the rents in the area? Can I get a better deal somewhere else? They're thinking this. Stay ahead of the crowd. Keep your ear to the ground. Work with commercial real estate experts to work out, are you charging a fair rental? Is it above market now, even though it was on market a couple of years ago? Can you justify increasing the rents? What would happen if you lose that tenant? How easy would it be to replace that tenant with someone of the same rental? It may be worthwhile, as I did in the down periods, maybe look at reducing the rents or not actually reducing it, maybe not utilising the full increase allowed so that it's a bit of a give situation on your side. And when it comes to time to renew, you'll be in the good books with a tenant. You're on friendly terms. You never know. It'll cost you a lot more money to get someone else. And then why lose the time? Maybe you can offer them a new lease at a lower rental. They can stay longer. So if they've got 1 year to go, maybe offer a 5-year lease at a 2% reduction or something. It works. You got to look after the tenants in the bad times as well as the good times. We've all got expenses. So have the tenants. Have a look how the business is going. They're good managers. They've been going well for years. And you notice the last 2 or 3 years, not many customers coming in. They don't seem as busy. Maybe they've cut back on staff. Look at the hints out there. See what's going on. Talk to your tenants. You don't know. Do the right thing, and the chances of them doing the right thing increase substantially. Decision you'd have to discuss with your commercial property expert to ensure you're getting the highest return on your property investment. Are you through all the increases? Are you charging all the increases out? I'll do your comments.